Swing back to 2016 here for a moment as the Republican presidential hopefuls are in New Hampshire at a summit on education. It's going on right now, as you can hear. Organizers are saying that they hope the candidates leave their talking points on the campaign bus and have a, quote, urgent conversation about failing U.S. schools, a very important topic in this country. Senior national correspondent John Roberts is live in Londonderry, New Hampshire. What's the main focus at this point there, John?
Martha, good morning to you. Main focus is one of the biggest issues facing both voters in this election and the candidates, how they would deal with things like school choice, Common Core, etc. Governor John Kasich from Ohio on the stage behind me. This, as far as I can recall, at least during presidential elections, is the deepest dive in education I've seen. 6 Republican candidates here today. The Democrats will get their chance in Iowa in October. Common Core is a big topic of conversation here. 2 governors, Jeb Bush and John Kasich, who's on the stage behind me, both supported. Others, like Bobby Jindal, have actually gone to court to oppose it. Another big topic today, the balance between the federal involvement and local control and how to find the right equation there. Event moderator Campbell Brown says that will be a big test for the candidates to answer today.
What the federal government's role is in doing that. It's one thing to do this as a governor, but when you're a Republican and you're arguing about that tension between local control and federal control, it's harder to sort of articulate what you would do if you were president of the United States.
Governor Jeb Bush, who's one of the most well-versed in the education issue, says the White House needs to be a partner in education and not dictate to the states, but he does defend federal involvement.
No Child Left Behind created the need for accountability. It was state-driven, and that's the way it should be. And there should be real controls over the federal government's incursion into this. But if you don't measure, you don't care. And if a state just says, look, it doesn't matter, then you're going to have abject failure in the lives of children becoming adults.
One of the things that Governor Bush said that he would do in order to better educate children is to expand those literacy programs like they have in Florida for 4-year-olds by taking federal dollars for early learning and repurposing them to literacy-specific programs. Martha?
Well, we slip behind so many of the major industrialized countries in math and in science, so it's an urgent topic. So school choice, obviously, always is a main focus in these conversations. What are we hearing from these candidates on that?
Well, that's going to be a big challenge is for these candidates to articulate how they would expand school choice. Jeb Bush, for example, said he would take Title I money, which is money that's usually dedicated to disadvantaged students, to create bigger voucher programs and expand school choice. Most of these candidates do agree that public schools, many of them in our country, are horribly broken, Martha, and that the only way really to improve the education system is to get more competition in that system. Martha?
John, thank you very much. Interesting stuff.